Okay, I'm gonna be leading you guys through some resistance training exercises for older adults. It's crucial for older adults to maintain some resistance training, no matter what their health situation is. The benefits often doesn't get very much recognition for older adults. I don't think they need to be doing it anymore, but it's important to maintain strength for a variety of reasons, including bone health, balance, and just maintaining easy lifestyle and going throughout their daily lives. So when working with an older adult that's a stroke victim, it's extra important to be looking out for safety cues and guidance so that they can't injure themselves. Watching through every repetition is very important because at any moment they could just fall over. Having an older adult use non-free weights is a much safer way than having them use free weights like barbells and dumbbells, because if they happen to fall at any given moment, then obviously that would go bad. So you want to keep them on like machines and stuff as much as possible. Another thing to keep in mind is what kind of exercises you want to lead them through. They should mimic muscle groups that they use in everyday human movements. So like for the first one is going to be core strength. So for the easy one, we're going to have some lying leg raises. So in a real scenario, you just have them help them down if they needed it, and then you just have them lay like this, lift their leg, both legs up, yep. And then for that one, we would just have like 3 sets, 8 to 12. Whenever you do resistance training for older adults, you want to have a high rep and like an easier weight that they can manage, especially if they're stroke victims or have any problems like that. And then for our moderate, we're just going to do some sit-ups. We just have their knees bent, maybe get on their toes even. Just have them go up. If they're really good at this, they might not even swing their arms. And then for the most difficult, we're gonna do a banana crunch. That last one was, again, just 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps, whatever they can manage really. You'll get a flow for it though. So for a banana crunch, they lay down, you put your arms over your head, and you pretty much just try to meet your toes in the middle. And we're just gonna do that. They probably won't be able to do very many of that. They can do any, but the other 2 exercises will be good enough, of course. So, and some of the safety cues that you'll be wanting to look out for is just whenever they get down, watch through every rep. Like I said, you want to do that all the time. And then with these kind of workouts, it's relatively safe. They're already on the ground, so if anything happened. And then the goal here is just to establish a strong trunk to mediate the risk of various injuries that are associated with a weak core. So.
All right, for our second resistance training exercise, we're going to do tricep pushdown. The reason we're doing these is to strengthen the triceps and the upper body to be able to lift your own weight to get out of the chair on the ground for stroke patients. Safety cues here are going to be keeping the elbows tucked in. We don't want the elbows flaring out because that can be contraindicated for your shoulder. It can cause shoulder injuries or rubbing. So for the easy, it's just going to be, it's going to be the tricep pushdown machine, and the reason for that is because you can do low weight up to like 10 pounds on a seated tricep pushdown machine, which we don't have here. So that's the easy. And for moderate, we're going to do body weight bench dips. And again, the safety cue here is to make sure the elbows are not flaring out. We want to keep the elbows in. Awesome. And then for the most difficult, it's the same thing, body weight bench dips, except with elevated legs, which makes it even harder. And for these sets and reps, we're going 3 sets of 10 to 15. And for the easy one, the tricep pushdowns, you only want about either 10 to 20 pounds of weight. Once you get past that weight, most likely most people can move on to the moderate.
Okay, for our third exercise, we're going to work on leg extensors. We would want to do this because obviously anytime someone's trying to get out of a chair, an older person, they a lot of times have to use their arms and like grab onto anything they can to try and get out of the chair, so it's just helpful to strengthen their legs. And the best way to do this is we got 3 more variations, and the first one is just a body weight squat. And this one will be really easy because they're in a chair to start, and they'll just squat down, and that way they don't go too deep. Make sure their legs don't try and bend, their kneecaps don't try and bend in. And for that one, we're just gonna do 3 sets of 10 to 15, pretty much just whatever they can do. And then for the moderate, Smith machine is a machine, obviously we don't have one, but it's a machine that's like attached to safety stuff, so nothing really weird could go on. But whenever they're going through this, you want to make sure you're still happens, you're ready to catch the bar, and then yeah, it'll be the same kind of form as that last one. This guy just popped a lot. And then that one's just whatever kind of weight they can do. You might just throw on like 5s or something, and they can just work their way up and do like 3 sets of 10 to 12 again, or 8 to 12. And then the most difficult would be reverse lunges on either that same Smith machine. It would be kind of difficult, but you really don't want them doing free weights all that much. If you trusted them, you can maybe have them do dumbbells and just hold it. But so you'll just have them have one foot stay forward, and they'll throw the other one back. And with this one, you definitely want to be like on them, making sure they're all good. But and then well, since it's a Smith machine, they'd be in the same place. You would have the one foot go back. There you go, and then they would just go back to neutral. The next one, and that's about it for that one.